السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مرحبا بكم أيها الطلاب الكرام. We are on الدرس الثاني. We've now started lesson 2 and this will only be one part inshallah. By now you've done lesson 1, which was 3 parts, and you learned about using ma, you learned about using men, you learned about using hada, and today we're going to take something that is similar to hada, but it's used not for this, but for that. dalika. We learned before that gender has a factor in the Arabic language. Right now, both of these are for the masculine gender, which is called mudhakkar. You know, for those of you interested, we're going to just write mudhakkar up here. Mudhakkar. All right, mudhakkarun. And this is, that is. This is, that is. If it's nearby, you say this. If it's far away, you say that. That's it. You're talking to somebody behind a counter. You're going to buy something. Ma hada. It's close. Ma hada. What is this? You don't point far away and say ma hada. Don't make sense. You know, any language. You don't say, what's this? And you point far away. You know? You say, what's this? And it's pointing far away? No. You say, ma dalika. Because it's far. Ma dalika. And that means that. All right, let's look at page 12. It starts out, you're pointing to the star. It's far away. What do you say? Ma dalika. What is that? Dalika najm. The next line. Hada masjid. وَذَلِكَ بَيْتٌ. This is a masjid, and that is a house. Near for hada, ذَلِكَ will be for far. هذا حصان وذلك حمار. And we're not talking about people, we're talking about just the animals. This is a horse, and that's a donkey. أذلك كلب. أذلك كلب. Is that a dog? لا. ذلك قط. Getting confused between cats and dogs. Does that ever happen to you guys? You've seen a kelb and you go, oh, is that a qit? I'm trying to think if I ever seen it. I don't think I've seen it. I've seen those small dogs, you know, but I never thought they were cats, but I guess people get confused if they don't see them. Last question at the bottom of the page. Ma dalika? Dalika sarir. What is that? That is a bed. Sarir means bed. Go to the next page, top of page 13. Now we're going to start introducing how to use men and dalika. Not ma and dalika, men and dalika. Who is that? We're not doing what is that anymore. Man hada wa man dhalika. So you have your friend, you're in the masjid, and you whisper, you go, Man hada? Hada al-imam. Hada imam. This is the imam. Wa man dhalika. Wa man dhalika. You're pointing to somebody in the front, probably the person making the adhan. You say, Dhalika al-mu'adhin. That's the person who makes the adhan. What do we have in the book? Man hada wa man dhalika. He says, hada mudarris. This is a teacher. Wa dhalika, the far one. Wa dhalika imam. And that is an imam. The next one. Ma dhalik. Ma dhalik. What is that? What is that? Dhalika hajar. Dhalika hajar. That's a rock. That's a stone. And then he says in the next one, هذا سكر وذلك لبن. هذا سكر وذلك لبن. Remember we ended it with a sukoon, But if you were going to continue fast, you might say, هذا سكر وذلك لبن. This is sukkar, sugar. وذلك لبن, and that is milk. The next tamreen, what's the meaning of tamreen again? Who knows? Tamreen. Practice. Tamreen is practice. اقرأ واكتب. And what's the meaning of اقرأ واكتب? Simply put, when you hear somebody say to you, اقرأ, like, Surah Al-Alaq. اقرأ. It means read. اكتب. اكتب means this. Right. Number one, he says, هذا سكر وذلك لبن. This is sugar and that is milk. And number two, he says, من ذلك. ذلك إمام. من ذلك. ذلك إمام. Who's that? That's an imam. Number three, أذلك قط. Is that a cat? لا ذلك كلب. No, that's a dog. And lastly, he says, ما هذا. What is this? هذا حجر. That's a rock. In the bottom of the page, in that mustatil. You know what mustatil is? It's a rectangle. In a rectangle, in the mustatil, it says الكلمات الجديدة. They're introducing, a new thing for you guys to follow up on, and it says الكلمات الجديدة. See how you can write that Jim, by the way? Let me just get rid of this. So you could do L like this. Right? الكلمات الجديدة. This section right here, when you're writing, it can also go like this. You go Aleph, and the lam will be up here, and you just do the Jim under it. That's the lam, that's the Jim. You could do it either way. And they get real fancy with them. In the rectangle, in the mustatil, it says new words. What are some of the new words that we've taken in this chapter? Imam, Hajar, Sukkar, Laban. Those are the new words that we've taken. And this means Al-Kalimat Al-Jadida. And if in the Arabic language, and we'll take it once we get to it, when you describe something, the description comes second, whereas the thing that you're describing comes first. So, this is words, and this is new. We read from right to left. Words new, you can't get away if you said that in the English language. You walk up to somebody and you say, I want to learn the words new. Say, what? What have you just said? So you have to know that the structure of the sentences in Arabic is that the description comes second, and the thing that you're describing will come first. So how do you say new words in Arabic? You technically, just like how we read it, we say, this is what would end up happening if we switched it. If you tried to put the word Jadida first, Al-Jadida, and then you want Al-Kalimatu. You say Al-Jadida, Al-Kalimat, you'd be wrong. And you can't say that. So therefore, and it's not the description lesson, but it's important to know because you know kalimat means words and you know jadida means new. So why does it say words new? Because how you describe something in Arabic is the thing that you're describing comes first, then the description. Okay? So really, الكلمات الجديدة means the new words. So, this is where we're going to go ahead and conclude for our lesson. It's a little bit shorter than usual, but alhamdulillah, it comes out just fine. Make sure that you review and you study because the words are going to build up. And we'll stop here. وإلى اللقاء أيها الطلاب الكرام. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.